That's what our whole life together's been about.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
To my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing Party of Five. It had 6 seasons, so let's get into this. So the first season is the season that started it all. You have Charlie, Bailey, Julia, Claudia, and Owen, all in that order. Charlie is the oldest, Owen is the youngest. Um, yeah, so things are getting hard, and because the series starts off as these young people trying to find their way in life without their parents, because their parents had gotten in a car accident, hit by a drunk driver. They ain't too good, so they're trying to find their way into life. And basically they meet this nanny named Kirsten, and Charlie builds up a relationship with her, and they are supposed to get married. And we also learned that she can't have kids, like at least in this moment in time, she can't have kids. So that is that. Also, I forgot to mention that this show will be off of Netflix on March 31st. Julia is with this guy named Justin. You know, they've been dating a while, and they do this kiss off thing, right? But I think Julia had her eyes on Griffin, more on him later. And she just does not feel Justin anymore, and they end up breaking up. And I think she went out with Griffin in season 2. So overall, season 1, that kind of would have stopped it from even going, because it was slow. It was a boring season. It was like very, very slow. Okay. In season 2, you know, Charlie and Kirsten try to have their wedding, but Charlie's not ready to get married, so the wedding is off, and that's all I remember from season 2. Also in season 2, Julia finds out she's pregnant with Justin's baby. She was going to get an abortion, but the baby had miscarried, so that is sad. Also, I think this season deals with suicide. A student had killed themselves. They got into Harvard, and I don't know what happened there, but yeah. But anyways, back to the video. Now, this is where season 2 also wasn't really feeling it. So season 3 is where things got interesting. Um, Season 3, Bailey, the second brother, he decides to go off to college, and he's enjoying it. Also, he's dating this girl named Sarah, Jennifer Love Hewitt. If y'all don't know who she is, Ghost Whisperer. I know what she did last summer, a whole bunch of other movies. The Client List, Hunchback of Notre Dame too, she was in that too. All those movies. And basically, Bailey starts drinking, and he just can't stop until Sarah actually got hurt, because she went in the car with him, and you know, she didn't want to see Bailey do more harm to himself, so she got in the car with him. And yeah, it just wasn't it, you know, it just wasn't it. Also, a lot more happened this season. Claudia got her first boyfriend and lost him. Griffin and Julia are exploring their relationship a little bit more, and there is all of that. So in season 4, Charlie learns that he has Hodgkin's disease. Julia and did I talk about season 3? Yeah, also in season 3, Claudia's friend is like the father figure or whatever, is like putting his hands on her. I didn't appreciate that either. Yeah, now back to season 4. This is where Charlie learns that he has Hodgkin's disease, and this is a cancer. In it's kind of expected for men his age to get this cancer at this age, because at this point he was 28 years old. Julia and Griffin got married, and I think somewhere around this time Sarah and Bailey had broken up, and Claudia is trying to figure out her way through high school. But back to Julia and Griffin, I don't think these two should have ever gotten married. They didn't act like a married couple. They just seemed like they were just friends and that's it. Their relationship started with financial turmoil from the jump because Griffin had rented out furniture and all that good stuff. And basically, yeah, towards the end of the season, he's like, I think we should separate, get a divorce, because she had gotten into Stanford, and like she goes to Stanford, and I'm about to talk about season 5 in a minute, because that season was a doozy, okay, and yeah. Bailey is also, because he's been going to his AA meetings since, you know, he's an alcoholic, and he was saying in the season before, like, he inherited from his father, because his father was kind of like an alcoholic, so we don't know, I'm not sure, but he starts to date this woman named Annie, because him and Sarah became apartment managers, so, of the building, sort of. And, you know, he was fixing things around. The first time they met, Annie was like, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. You should use a book, because Bailey was trying to fix the sink or whatever. And basically, Bailey and Annie start to become a couple. Of course, this little girl, Natalie, gets in the way. The little girl's daddy comes back. And basically Annie goes and moves with the daddy and the daughter, and I don't think we see Annie again. Sarah starts to date this new guy named Elliot. Claudia gets a crush on this football player. She took his compliments the wrong way and thought that meant like he wanted to be her boyfriend, and that was not the truth. Ladies, just because somebody say you cute does not mean that they want to be with you. They're just saying you look cute. Sometimes that's just what that is. I just really didn't like the Julia and Griffin situation, you know. It just didn't seem right. There was no, like, there was chemistry, but there was no chemistry, so kind of glad that they broke up. Alright. And also, this is where we get introduced to Daphne. Charlie starts dating this stripper, and she turns up to get pregnant, but she doesn't want to keep the baby, because she wants to keep stripping, and she says she's a flake, so she thinks she would be a flaky mother. In season 5, you know, Charlie and Daphne are expecting a child, and it was a girl. They named her Diana. Daphne is like going through some things, and she doesn't really kick in to be a mommy right away, but towards season 6 she's a better mommy. So okay, this season dealt with domestic violence, and I found this very interesting. Like, this show was in the 90s, but it touched up on things. It also touched up on depression. I forgot to mention that about Kirsten. After the wedding did not go through, she went some little through depression. She was hurt because Charlie had cheated on her, and like, she was sad and distraught, and basically she left him. I think she married somebody else too, but I think they got divorced or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, back to this domestic violence thing. My thoughts, because it's just daylight savings just happened today, so my thoughts a little, I've been up for a while. I might try to go back to sleep after I finish making this video. But anyways, Julia goes to Stanford, right? She has this roommate, and this roommate has a boyfriend named Ned. The roommate and Ned break up. And then, you know, Julia and Ned start to hang out, and they realize they like each other. Okay, fine and dandy. Until he starts to scream at her. He slapped her. He wants to say that he didn't do it. Like, I wish some of y'all would follow me on Snapchat. I was talking about it on there. Like, don't be putting your hands on no woman. I did not like that story. And it was very frustrating to me to see Julia going through that. Because I was like, girl, come on. You can get better together. Also, Claudia went to boarding school. She didn't like the boarding school. So Griffin, her brother-in-law, helped her get back to the house. Yeah, it took a while. Julia wasn't listening to nobody until it finally sunk in when she talked to the roommate, Maggie, that she got hit by him too. She left. And she wrote like a book about her experience. And she wanted to get the book published. Now moving on to season 6. She was trying to get the book published because I don't think it worked out. Yeah, this kind of came out of left field. So Kirsten and Charlie got back together and they got married. And towards the end of the season, she found out she was pregnant with a boy, and she was so happy about that. But I do not like the series finale. Like, One Tree Hill had this show right here. If you have not watched One Tree Hill, go buy it on DVD. Netflix took it off, but this show right here had like the perfect season finale. Like, it summed up everything. This season's finale was like, oh, series finale was like, oh yeah, let's just look around the house and do our memories and blah blah blah. I would have loved to see like where everybody else was up to. Like, how was Charlie and Kirsten with the baby? How did Owen turn out? How did Claudia work out in college? What was Bailey up to? By the way, Bailey did start drinking again in this season. He was dating a lot of women and all of that. Overall, I would give this whole series a 7 out of 10. They also did a spinoff of this featuring Jennifer Love Hewitt. Like, that girl, later on in life, she got to be a better lead in the show, but yeah, in this show, she was kind of like emotional a lot. Not that she wasn't emotional in Ghost Whisperer, but yeah, this show gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm sorry this review was so long, but it was 6 seasons, and I wanted to review it all together, not make like 6 different videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.